Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Welcome back to another WWE 2K20 tournament. The January editions, all about the women. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Women's Championship Mega Tournament. We have 4 titles on the line. The Women's Championship from 98 to 2010. The Raw Women's Championship, which will be defended against current day WWE stars. The NXT Women's Championship, which will be all about the stars of tomorrow, the NXT women. And finally, the SmackDown Women's Championship, which will be defended against people outside of WWE, outside of the walls of World Wrestling Entertainment, using the awesome tool of WWE Community Creations. That being said, we have a huge lineup for today's tournament. We have Beth Phoenix taking on Mickie James, and all of these tournaments take place at NXT TakeOver events. Beth Phoenix taking on Mickie James. Trish Stratus taking on Maria Kanellis. Stephanie McMahon fighting Lita. And finally, Molly Holly taking on the 9th wonder of the world, Chyna. The winner of this tournament will go on to fight in a Fatal 4-Way elimination match in the Mae Young Classic Arena, where the person who wins will be crowned the greatest women's champion of all time here on the Cruise Productions show. Wrestling United's a different thing that I used to do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting off with our first matchup. Beth Phoenix and Mickie James here at NXT TakeOver. Thank you once again, everybody, for inviting us into your home. This should be a wonderful tournament from top to bottom here on Cruise Productions. NXT TakeOver here in Winter Park, Florida. And here comes the Glamazon and WWE Hall of Famer, Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix making her way down to the ring, former Women's Champion and Divas Champion. But I want to, first off, thanks again for inviting us into your home here in the WWE 2K20 Tournament Series. This month is all about the women because the men are all quite busy with our 30 Days of Rumble event. Beth Phoenix, a former 3-time Women's Champion and a former 1-time Divas Champion, taking on Mickie James. There she is. Mickie James, one of the trailblazers of the women's division. Mickie James making her way down to the ring. Has already competed in NXT before, fighting Asuka in an NXT arena. She is a former 5-time Women's Champion and a 1-time Divas Champion. And these two look to add that title back to their storied careers. Mickie James setting the world on fire here tonight. Who could forget her awesome match with Trish Stratus at WrestleMania 22? Mickie James and Beth Phoenix set to clash here tonight. These two have competed multiple times before, primarily for the Divas Championship. Now these two set to square off again. These two fought in 2008 multiple times on Raw, even on SmackDown. These two know each other very well. Now Beth Phoenix with an axe handle, taking down Mickie James. Punch to the face. And Beth Phoenix showing the world what exactly it means to be women's champion here in front of a crowd that truly appreciates them here in the NXT arena. Beth Phoenix, a former Royal Rumble participant in the men's Royal Rumble match. Mickie James has got Beth Phoenix on her feet. Punch to the face. And Beth Phoenix, the strength. Slamming Mickie James down, but Mickie onto her feet. Crucifix. And Beth Phoenix is down. Mickie James, Hurricane Rana. This has been all Mickie so far. Punch to the face. And a knee to the face. Damage retention is on for this. These people are going to be hurt. Mickie James rolling through. Half busted crab. What a maneuver. Half busted crab. But Beth Phoenix kicks out of it. These women are married to prominent stars such as Beth Phoenix is married to Edge, who took center stage in the Intercontinental Championship tournament last month. What a slam from Beth Phoenix. And Mickie James married to Nick Aldis Magnus from TNA, the current NWA champion at the time of recording. Go for a big double choke slam, but no. Two-handed choke slam. Mickie James counters. Running punch to the face. Slamming Beth Phoenix's face straight to the mat. Mickie James with a Mick kick. Mick kick to the face. Mickie James with the cover on Beth Phoenix. Cover, 1, 2, and no. A kick out. And Mickie James jumping DDT. Beth Phoenix has to be down. Mickie dragging her to the center of the ring. No rope breaks here. 1, 2, and Beth Phoenix stays alive. Really close call, but Beth Phoenix taking down Mickie. Big torture rack locked in. Will Mickie James tap out? Will she submit? And she does. Beth Phoenix, the strength of the Glamazon, sending her to the second round, to the semifinals. Beth Phoenix with the win. Mickie James had a good showing. And that DDT was something else. But in the end, Beth Phoenix made Mickie James tap out to that huge torture rack. Beth Phoenix advances to the next round here. Congratulations to the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. We are moving on to our next tournament matchup, which is Trish Stratus, Maria Kanellis. 1-on-1. It's about to go down. Trish Stratus and Maria Kanellis, they actually haven't really locked up that much. But they have competed alongside each other in the same matchup. NXT TakeOver. Trish Stratus. The
following contest is a championship first round match. Making her way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Trish Stratus.
Trish Stratus has definitely had the Hall of Fame career that she deserves. Trish Stratus, a 8-time women's champion. Actually, I believe a 7-time women's champion. Excuse me. Let me check my notes here. Yes, a 7-time women's champion, but also a 1-time hardcore champion. And taking on Maria Kanellis.
And from Chicago, Illinois, Maria Kanellis.
While Maria has not been the most stellar performer in WWE and not had the most championships career, in fact, never holding the women's championship before, she is a former WWE 24/7 champion and the first pregnant champion in WWE history. And Maria now set to take on one of the greatest of all time, Trish Stratus. Trish in one corner, Maria in the other. Sat here at NXT TakeOver in a blast from the past. These two have never competed against each other. So now this is a first time ever matchup. Maria dragging Trish across the ring. Trish counters. Hurricane Rana. And Maria is down. Trish Stratus from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The Hall of Famer. Maria Kanellis with Mike Kanellis being one of the best power couples in WWE. Going for a knee to the back. Maria counters. And a Hurricane Rana of her own. Sending down Trish Stratus. Grabbing her by the hair. What a slam by Maria. Maria's got Trish to her feet. Thinking backbreaker time. Across the knee. But now Trish Stratus getting stretched off across Maria. Maria in firm control here. Maria's got Stratus up. Punch to the face. And now Maria. And Trish back and forth. Hurricane Rana once again. And Trish Stratus has got it down. There's a reason, Maria, that you're fighting a 7-time women's champion and a former hardcore champion at that. Trish Stratus recently had an awesome match against not against Trish, and Charlotte Flair, who we'll be seeing in the next tournament of current day stars. Maria taunting the crowd now. Boot in face. Trish Stratus counters. Running clothesline. Oh, small package. Maria could be an upset. Kick out at 1. Maria now. Suplex. Maria taking advantage of the distraction on Trish Stratus from that roll-up. Uh-oh. Could be thinking, oh man! Shot into the second rope from across the ring. Maria go for a kick, but Trish Stratus catches Maria. And Stratus now stretching Maria between the ropes. Maria counters. Oh, and Trish Stratus with a counter of her own. Back and forth these two are going. And Maria with a clothesline. Stratus is down. Crowd letting Maria know exactly who they're in favor of. Backbreaker. Stretching Trish Stratus out. Maria left WWE in the late years of 2009-2010. But she made a name for herself outside of WWE, being one of the best managers in the business. She was Diva of the Year in Slammy Awards 2009 in a cover by Maria and a kick out. Trish stays alive after a kick out of 1. Maria facebuster. But it's getting Trish up. I thought it was going to be it. She's not capitalizing. Stratus. Throwing. Maria against the ropes. Going for Stratisfaction. And she nails it. The running bulldog. Maria's down. Cover. 1, 2. And Maria is down. Trish Stratus moves on in the tournament as many thought she would. Trish Stratus and Maria had a good matchup. Maria had a good showing, including the bulldog and the facebuster. But in the end, Stratisfaction was enough to put her away. Trish Stratus is continuing on in the tournament. We have Trish Stratus as a winner, and now she will fight Beth Phoenix in the next round. But next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have two people who have very different styles. Stephanie McMahon, Lita, fighting one-on-one in the ring here at NXT TakeOver. These two, no strangers to each other. Here comes the Queen, or in her own words, the $1 billion princess, Stephanie McMahon.
Is a championship first-round match, making her way to the ring from Greenwich, Connecticut, Stephanie McMahon.
Well, Stephanie McMahon is in this tournament for one reason, and for 2 reasons, really. She is one of the most talked about women in WWE, regardless if you love her or hate her. And not only that, but she is a former women's champion. Granted, she got help from her husband Triple H and the corporation at the time, but Stephanie McMahon is no stranger to in-ring competition, as she will be competing, trying to win the women's championship again in this tournament. This time against a fan favorite. You hear the crowd going wild. It is Lita.
From Sanford, North Carolina,
Lita, a former women's champion, winning the title 4 times. She is a Hall of Famer, entering the Hall of Fame in the class of 2014. And she is no stranger to women's competition. The women's championship tournament took place at Cyber Sunday in 2006, where Lita won the tournament in the finals. And now, continuing onward in tournament competition, Lita had defeated Mickie James in a Lumberjill match for the Women's Championship before. And now, Lita taking it straight to Stephanie McMahon, not wasting any time. Suplex from Lita. Lita once a member of Team Extreme with Matt and Jeff Hardy. Stephanie McMahon, member of the corporation. And now Stephanie taking control. Lita and Stephanie McMahon have fought before with The Rock as a special guest referee. They have fought over the Women's Championship before. And now Lita trying to get back. Stephanie McMahon. What an enziguri. That match never really got a resolution. But oh, Hurricanrana from Lita. A kick from Lita. Lita is in firm control. The crowd cheering. Lita go for a big move. Small package. And Lita had beaten Stephanie McMahon for the Women's Championship when their previous encounter. Stephanie probably looking for some matter of revenge here. Stephanie has got Lita up, but Lita throwing Stephanie off the rope with a spear. A la her ex-boyfriend Edge. Lita to the top rope. Leg drop from the top rope. Cover 2, and Stephanie McMahon staying alive in it. Reverse twist of fate. And Lita going to the top rope. Could be thinking the same move that put Stephanie away for the Women's Championship before. Moonsault. Lita making short work of Stephanie. It's much to the crowd's delight. Lita defeating Stephanie McMahon here. Stephanie almost had it with this roll-up. A lot of fans were very concerned. But this leg drop, followed by the twist of fate and this picture-perfect moonsault, secured the victory for Lita. Lita advances to the next round, but she might have a hard task ahead of her when she takes on one of these two women, Molly Holly and the ninth wonder of the world, Chyna. Molly Holly, formerly known as Mighty Molly, a former women's champion in her own right, fighting against the late great Chyna. And here comes Molly Holly, making her way to the ring. One of the toughest women in wrestling history.
Is a championship first round match. Making her way to the ring from Forest Lake, Minnesota,
Molly Holly, a former women's champion, holding the title twice, and also a former hardcore champion, holding the title once. Molly Holly definitely a pioneer of the women's division, but the same can be said about this woman, Chyna, who entered the Hall of Fame just this year. The ninth wonder of the world, Chyna, with the cannon, with the big bazooka. Yeah, I love that.
the ninth wonder of the world,
Chyna broke barriers, being the first woman to compete in a Royal Rumble match. She held the Women's Championship once in her entire career, but she is also a two-time Intercontinental Champion. There's been no other woman to ever hold the Intercontinental Championship, and Chyna looks to add another Women's Championship to her resume, to her career. Chyna, one of the scariest women, one of the most badass women in the wrestling history. Chyna and Molly Holly. Molly Holly playing to the crowd, but Chyna having none of it. Chyna has Molly by the head with an elbow, with a thunderous elbow and a Hurricanrana, sending Molly down. Chyna is known for her strength. Molly Holly known for her speed. Once teaming with Hurricane as Mighty Molly. And when you have a sibling like Hardcore Holly and Crash Holly, two of the toughest people. I don't think they're siblings, so, but regardless. When you have people in your family like the Holly brothers, it stands to reason that you would be tough. But you would have to be tough if you're fighting China. Molly Holly has gotten 0 offense in. Well, I spoke too soon. Molly Holly taking down China. And now stomping on the arm of China. China to her feet. And Molly Holly has maintained control at least for a little while. But China has got Molly by her head. Who can forget the time that Molly Holly had her head shaved at WrestleMania 20 to get the Women's Championship on the card. In a losing effort against Victoria, who really would have been a good addition to this tournament. China throwing Molly Holly out of the ring. And a spear! And Molly is down on the outside. China now. Got Molly Holly to her feet. Punch to the face. Holly is showing some resilience. Count of 3 on the outside. China throwing Molly Holly towards the NXT crowd. The NXT faithful. And a chop to the chest. Echoing around the arena. And a drop kick. Count of 5 on the outside. Count of 6, count of 7 now. Molly Holly throwing China. Count of 8 on the outside. A count of 9. And both women are trapped on the outside. It's a count of 10. It's a draw. Every single time. But it's a draw. Molly and China tied. Well, unless it's the final match, you guys remember the rules. The rules in our tournament is in order to have a true winner, we will have the referees call a decision. So the winner via referee decision, based on what they saw in that match, is China. We have Beth Phoenix and Trish Stratus and Lita and China. Oops. I didn't mean to try to control Beth Phoenix. Here we go. Beth Phoenix and Trish Stratus. I honestly thought Mickie James would want to fight Trish Stratus and win against Beth Phoenix, and she probably did win it, but Beth wanted to win it. But Beth was just too strong for her. And now back at NXT TakeOver. Here comes the Glamazon Beth Phoenix again. Beth Phoenix had won the... Never mind.
Making her way to the ring from Buffalo, New York, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix has made her way to this spot by defeating Mickie James via submission, making her tap out to that torture rack. I could not think of a better main event matchup to main event this tournament than Beth Phoenix and China. Or maybe Trish and Lita. But these 4 women have some varying styles. And now Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon, in the ring, waiting for Trish Stratus. And
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada,
Trish Stratus got to this point by defeating Maria Kanellis in a really fantastic matchup. And now Trish showing some satisfaction to the crowd. The 7-time women's champion here in the NXT arena, competing just like she knows she can. And Beth Phoenix in one corner, Trish in the other. First time ever matchup here and now. Beth Phoenix going for a big move. Trish Stratus, though. Hurricane Rana. Trish Stratus is so quick, but Beth Phoenix is so strong. That's her biggest asset. It's her strength. Trish with the elbow now. Both women are spent from the previous matchups. Now Trish with a kick to the gut. Probably the fan favorite in this match would have to be Trish, one would think. But I could not see, again, a better matchup for the finals of this women's tournament than Beth Phoenix and Chyna. Beth Phoenix now has got Stratus up and slamming down on the knee, and an armbar from Beth Phoenix. Will Trish Stratus tap? No, she doesn't. Stratus is up. On her feet. Counters. And running bulldog. Just off the ropes, and that bulldog would have been Stratisfaction guaranteed. Beth Phoenix is up on her feet. Trish Stratus now. Throwing Beth into the corner. Chops to the chest. And now the punches raining down on Beth. The crowd chanting along. 8, 9, 10 punches. And Beth is down after repeated punches to the face. Into the corner goes Beth. And Beth is down. What a kick to the face. Trish Stratus is looking for Beth Phoenix to get up. Beth onto her feet. Could be thinking, oh, what a chick kick. Chick kick from Trish Stratus. Cover 1, 2. And Beth Phoenix stays alive. Knee to the back. Beth Phoenix stays alive. Trish has got Beth up, but Beth counters reverse DDT. Kick to the stomach. Beth Phoenix now. Clothesline. Nearly taking Trish's head off. The Glamazon gloating as Trish crawls to the corner. And now Beth has taken control of this match. Uh-oh. The strength of Beth Phoenix. Slamming Trish Stratus down. And could be thinking torture act time, but no. Trish Stratus counters off the ropes. Flapjack. And Beth Phoenix rolling through. Onto her feet. Arm drag. What a maneuver. Beth Phoenix showing some quickness of her own. Big boot to Stratus. Stratus is down and out. And now Beth Phoenix has got Stratus up. Wheelbarrow slam. And Trish is down. No. Surfboard lock. Will Trish tap? Will Trish submit? She does. Trish Stratus is out. Beth Phoenix is in the main event. What a submission win for Beth Phoenix. Trish Stratus had this. She had it after the chick kick. But Beth Phoenix somehow, some way, kicked out. In the end, Trish had no choice but to tap out. Beth Phoenix has won both of her matches via submission. Will she make either Lita or Chyna submit? Beth Phoenix advances to the finals. We are going to have a new women's champion here very shortly. But right now, we have our next round matchup. Lita and China here NXT TakeOver. What a matchup that was, a back and forth on the edge of your seat kind of match. Lita and China looking to do one better. And here comes Lita, one of the crowd's favorite competitors. The crowd are going wild outside for Lita. And here she is.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Sanford, North Carolina, Lita.
Lita is one of the brightest stars in this tournament. She got to this point by defeating Stephanie McMahon, much to the delight of the crowd here in Full Sail. But here tonight, Lita takes on a huge task. And when I say huge, I do mean huge. In China, one of the strongest women in wrestling history, the ninth wonder of the world. And also WWE Hall of Famer, China. China taking full advantage of Molly Holly. The match ended in a draw, but referee's decision made China the winner of that previous matchup. And now China looks to try to join Beth Phoenix in the main event.
The ninth wonder of the world, China.
Like I said, what better matchup could China versus Beth Phoenix for the main event? But Lita is not looking to let that happen. China defeating Molly Holly via referee decision after a double countout. China is still relatively fresh, but so is Lita, who took it straight to Stephanie McMahon, no questions asked. And now the ninth wonder of the world, China. It's ready for action. China in the ring. We have Lita on one end. We have China on the other. It's about to go down here in NXT. Lock up in the center of the ring. China still relatively fresh. So is Lita. Lockups here. Back and forth. Lita's got China by the head. But China now trying to show her strength. Some beautiful chain wrestling by these two. And now Lita is up. Oh, and Lita's on the ropes. What a bear hug from China. The strength of China knows no bounds. Going for a big power slam. Counter. Lita. Hurricane Rana. And China rolling to the outside. Lita trying to take out China. China is up and in the ring and in Lita's face with a forearm. Lita counters. Go for a big forearm. China, though, got Lita up for powerbomb. And a rope break again. Lita getting into the ropes. China showing her dominance, asserting her dominance in this match. Lita with a jawbreaker. Big clothesline. Lita is fighting China with every ounce in her being. With China with a counter. And lock up in the center of the ring. Lita pushing China off. Go for a big slam, but China counters. These two back and forth. Hurricane Rana of her own, but punches raining down on the face. Just that added bonus. But China choking out Lita. Lita on her feet. But China now. Bear hug. Will Lita tap? Lita is getting choked out in that bear hug, but she's fighting out. Elbows to the head and clapping her hands around the head of China. Lita with a Hurricane Rana. This match is very exciting between these two. Lita going for twist of fate, and she gets it. Cover. 1, 2, and Chyna gets the shoulder up. Not enough to put away Chyna. Chyna getting dragged to the center of the ring. Could be thinking an arm drag here, and she does. Chyna is relatively unfazed by anything Lita's been doing, including that clothesline. And now Chyna in firm control, throwing Lita into the corner. Punches in the corner. Lita is down. Alley-oop coming. Now Chyna's got Lita up, but Lita counters. Crucifix. Chyna is down. Could be thinking arm drag here. Arm drag. And Chyna is in prime position, possibly for the moonsault. But no. Lita throwing Chyna to the outside. Chyna down and out. Getting to her feet. Running back in the ring here. Back outside the ring. But Chyna throwing Lita on the outside. And the chop echoing around the arena again. Going for a punch, but Lita counters. Clothesline. And Lita going back into the ring. Climbing to the top rope. Could she be thinking moonsault on the outside? And she nails it. What a moonsault to the outside. Onto Chyna. Look at that from the top rope. Landing on the knees and lower half of Chyna. But the match can't end out here. The match has to end in the ring. And it's, oh, went for a spear, but countered by Chyna. Punches to the face. Lita staggered, but no. Throwing Chyna into the steel steps. Match going back, going for a spear, and she nails it. Count of 5 on the outside. Lita trying to get Chyna up. Count of 6 now. And Lita throwing Chyna back into the ring. Chyna is out, down and out. Oh, what a forearm. Lita in control. Going for a suplex, but Chyna counters. Clothesline back to the outside. Goes Lita. Lita back on her feet, though. And into the ring. Chyna has got Lita. Big suplex coming. Big vertical suplex. And Lita rolls to the outside again. She can't stay in the ring. Punch to the face. Well, not punch to the face, punch to the gut. Lita now throwing Chyna into the ring. This match could be over in an instant. Lita, though, neck breaker. Chyna counters. Clothesline. And Chyna's got Lita up. Kick to the gut. Pedigree. And Lita is down. 1, 2, 3. The 9th wonder of the world has made it to the finals. We are getting a battle of the powerhouses in the finals. A dream match to be sure. Lita with that twist of fate early on. Thought to put Chyna away. That moonsault to the outside once again. But in the end, Chyna wins with the pedigree. China advances to the finals. We will have a new women's champion here very shortly. China and Beth Phoenix. Two powerhouses of the women's division. Going one-on-one here in the main event. I had said it, and I called it, that this match would be an awesome main event to have, and now we are getting it here at NXT. The Glamazon versus the ninth wonder of the world. Two women very similar in stature, power, and accolades.
Making her way to the ring from Buffalo, New York, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
Thank you once again for inviting us into your home for this tournament. This has been an excellent tournament thus far. Beth Phoenix defeating Mickie James and Trish Stratus to get to the finals here. Now the Glamazon has submitted her former two opponents, but I don't think she'll be submitting this opponent. I think she'll have to pull out all the stops to beat China. China, no stranger of beating people in this tournament of her own, defeated Molly Holly and Lita in epic contests, especially that last match with Lita for the Women's Championship tournament here. Shooting off the fireworks once again. China, the ninth wonder of the world.
And the ninth wonder of the world,
China made it to this point by first defeating Molly Holly via referee's decision, but putting away Lita in an epic contest after pinning her with the pedigree. The Glam Slam versus the Pedigree here at NXT for the Women's Championship. China showing off for the crowd. It's either the Glamazon or the ninth wonder of the world here. Two women so very similar in stature, power, size, and accolades, like I said earlier. Both women were the first to compete in a Royal Rumble. China competing in the one in 1999 at number 30, while Beth Phoenix had eliminated the Great Khali. And now these two set to lock up here in the center of the ring. DDT from China right away. These two women are spent. These two women are hurt. But China going to the middle rope here. Double axe handle. And now going again. Another axe handle, but Beth Phoenix counters. Rolls out of the way. Going for a Hurricanrana, but Beth Phoenix reverse powerbomb. China's up. These two very similar. Oh, what a big fisherman suplex. And now Beth Phoenix has got China up. Going for a big slam, but China's down. Who is that? Is that Brooklyn Von Braun? Brooklyn Von Braun from the My Career series. Why is she out here? She's not in this tournament. China is still down after that slam. Beth Phoenix, though, rolling to the outside. Running up the ramp. Possibly to meet Brooklyn Von Braun. Will this match end via countout? Beth Phoenix. Oh, just taking out Brooklyn on the ramp. China's still out. Beth Phoenix slamming Brooklyn down. She has 5 seconds to get back in the ring. Come on, Beth. What are you doing? Come on. China is still down in the ring. STO. Brooklyn has not laid a hand on Beth. Beth has just beat her up. Come on, Beth. You're throwing everything away. China won. China has won in the fairest circumstances. Well, I guess that's it. Okay. Thank you so much for watching the tournament. You know what? That match shouldn't have gone down like that. She beat Miley Holly via submission, via referee decision. Defeated Lita via pinfall and won against Beth Phoenix by countout. But hey, a win's a win. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you have not done so already. I have been Michael Cruz. You've been watching a Cruz Productions video that ended on kind of a damp note, actually. With Beth Phoenix getting distracted by Brooklyn Von Braun. Stay tuned for more. Stay tuned for the next tournament, which will consist of matches with the main WWE roster of women, as well as any of the future tournaments for women this month. We have that one, we have the NXT one, and we have the outside of WWE one, as well as the 30 Days of Royal Rumble. If you haven't watched today's Rumble, go ahead and check that out on the channel page in the link below. I have been Michael Cruz. You have been watching a Cruz production. This has been the WWE 2K20 Tournament Women's Championship Mega Tournament. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, and take care.